Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing very well. Sorry it's been a little while, just been just very busy unfortunately with some sort of family and friends. Many events going on, but yeah, back at it again. The groups are still running 24 hours a day, so if you are looking for more sort of setups, yeah, do please make sure you do check them out. But yeah, links in the description. But yeah, apart from that, so Bitcoin the last few days, again we've just been seeing this sort of range form over the weekend. Yeah, it's been a good few days. Yesterday we caught sort of a few bits of the upside. Again, ideally we were looking for that sort of move up, but again, this is a range, so unless we get that sort of reclaim of the sort of high side bounce up, you're not going to take that sort of long position. In theory, it was a perfect short position. During the Asian session last night, we saw that massive capitulation. Yeah, so what I'm seeing at the moment, so there's a couple of things to take note of. Obviously, this is a range, quite simply. We've at the moment, so let me just draw out where we are. So of course we've lost the range low, which sits down at 77,150, and we're just sort of finding our feet around the sort of this sort of cluster here. So I don't think we're done just yet. I mean, in regards to short time frame for any positions, what I would want to see is just a test down of the 7640 region. If we then get a bounce up, if we reclaim the range low at 77.1, hold it, that to me would be a very clean entry to ride it up to the 81 up to the 80 sort of 4 regions. You've got CME gaps up here, so you want to look for those to be filled, ideally before we get the bigger drop potentially. Yeah, it's just weak across the board. If you look at the volume, again, it's dominated by sort of red bearish candles. Obviously, we've got upsides, but this is a distribution range. Evident by the spikes. You've got again, all these things I will go through when I get a bit more time. But potentially, if we are going to get one more sort of move up, it's very much going to be a final spike. The bear volume is just dominating right now, so I don't see how this isn't going to end in some sort of pullback. Maybe not to new lows. Again, it could come down to 65, for example. But what I'd like to see, I'll demonstrate in the CME chart. Again, we're so close to that. Oh, no, don't want that. So we're so close to that CME gap here. So runs from 80, call it 84, down to the 797 region. So again, we tapped into it, rejected, but I want to see it fill. If we close the whole lot, I don't know, but what I would like to see is a big ask. Again, we have to hold this region here. If we start falling below 76, it's gonna crumble down to at least 65, 66 in my opinion. But if we can just see sort of this sort of play out, that to me looks better. I like the look of that. But again, it's just going by the theory. We wick into this sort of support zone. Again, we can drag this across here. It's a beautiful level. Again, tap tap, not quite, but you got tap tap tap. You can tap here, hold there, long up. You're going to be getting a very nice position before we then look for the shorts. But to me, the CME gap's too close to be ignored. There's so much liquidity sat in there. It can't just be. Again, it can be, of course it can. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, in terms of Elliott wave, again, to me, an ABC correction. So this will be a 5 wave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But again, we have to hold here. If we start losing here, it's going to become a 3 wave. A wave 3, which is just going to extend all the way down to 73 as a minimum. So ideally, again, we hold here, we rocket up here. We then look for shorts up here, down. So yeah, that's my Bitcoin thoughts. So again, to go with some altcoins, again, I did short earlier on TAO. Again, we've worked into the range low down at 215 region. Yeah, again, really good trades, which I'm sort of kept us afloat today. I did attempt a ZEC long, but unfortunately we got wiped out. We are at the range low, so again, if we're going to be rebounding, it's going to be from here. But again, I would wait. So you don't want to rush it. Again, earlier on longs because we did have this nice bounce up, so there's a chance we could have had sort of that. But again, because of Bitcoin, it takes it all down. But I think we're missing that fifth wave up to take out these highs. So I do think with ZEC, again, I'll whiz through a couple of altcoins for you guys, but I do think ZEC, whether it's here we bounce or we come down again, then again I'd like to see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to 3, 4, 6, and then we can long it up. So again, longs are my primary sort of alert. It's a lot of support here, so if we just fell through that, I would be surprised. But again, we can't rule that out. Again, if we do drop into it, we get that bearish retest, we can then look to short. Stop loss above that sort of resistance zone. But until then, yeah, again, we look at the primary sort of idea and target, and it's like, do we leave this liquidity untested? So I think it makes sense to follow Bitcoin. We get that spike up down, or we reclaim it, continue. But yeah, so thoughts again. One more small high, pull back, then big high. When I say small high, I mean just a little bounce, bigger drop, then bigger pump. That's what I'll look for today. Ethereum, yeah, it's so much weaker compared to Bitcoin. Reason being, sorry to skip through the charts. I'll come back to that shortly. This Bitcoin dominance has been on an absolute tear. When this happens, altcoins and Ethereum, yeah, they get that move down again. You can see this big sort of move here up to the upside, and that will alone bring the altcoins down with it. But yeah, Ethereum much more bearish than Bitcoin. I've not really traded Ethereum as much, to be fair, but again, we're starting to see that situation where, yeah, we could start to see the domino effect sort of pull in. But I think for now, it's all about the support zone here. Again, we could come down to this sort of 2-2-10 region, but for now, we'll treat this range here as the low. And again, if we follow Bitcoin, we'll just get a little spike down. Final push up, then big drop down. But yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. Again, we could get, that could be the start of the trend. We got the wave 1, the wave 2. Excuse me. And we could be seeing that wave 3 now form. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to new lows. But again, if Bitcoin sees that bigger pump, Ethereum's going to do it as well. So they're just going to sort of tie together what they are looking to do. But yes, that's my quick analysis. Again, if you do want longer videos, do tell me. I will commit to more time to doing that for you. But again, nothing says we don't. I mean, looking here, we don't see sort of a top in here, but I do think we get one more little wave up until we break market structure. I mean, losing the 73.6 region, we are still bullish end of the day. Volume is dropping. It's not really a true breakout at the moment, but at least the tap here of the sort of range low at the 81 sort of region will make sense. As it stands, we've just taken out the highs of the stop here, but again, we're seeing higher highs and higher lows, so we can't treat this as bearish at the moment. Okay, so yeah, that's my quick update for you guys. I hope it's helped. Again, please comment any altcoins to go through. We'll go through a few as we go through the updates. I know Flaky was mentioned as well. I did take a trade on this the other day. Yeah, looking on the bigger scale. Yeah, unfortunately, I did think we would get some sort of test up to these highs, but we just couldn't seem to get it. So again, if it's going to follow what Bitcoin does until we get a nice spike on Bitcoin. It's bearish below 380, and it's going to be the same for the other altcoins as well. You've got Pepe, you've got Yeah, Dogecoin. They're going to be doing a very similar thing. So we'll keep an eye on those. I will update us as we go. But yeah, but I hope the update you guys have enjoyed. Again, if you want more in-depth, deep, charts, altcoins, market updates, do sign up to my groups. It is appreciated. But in the meantime, have a good rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.